2, 3, 4. My goodness, welcome to the Magnolia. I'm Nida Bittman-Neville, your host, and the Magnolia focuses on image, brand, and business culture. Now, I'm here in my exercise room, and today I want to talk about strengths. In fact, I've got my 15-pound weight and given it the 1 and the 2 and the 3. What are your strengths? You know, every morning as I run and work out, I think about what are my strengths. And one of the things that we've got to do, particularly in this day and age, is think about those strengths. What are they? Make a list of them. And then how can you actually enhance those strengths? You know, I hope that you will really do that today, because, you know, if we just get those arms pumped, just get those strengths pumped up and figure out, what am I really good at? What are my strengths? Maybe it's your experience. Maybe it is your humor. Maybe it is the fact that you are a team player, you're a leader, you know, you've got a high integrity. What are your strengths? And then on that same piece of paper, what I'd love for you to do is to work on each one of those and identify at least up to 3 ways that you feel on a consistent basis illustrate and demonstrate those. You know, just as I work out with these weights and give it the old 1 and 2, and another one of my favorites is, you know, up over my head and then lifting, gets those arms in gear and lifting those up, and it just lift up your strengths as well and really celebrate them. Because in this day and age, with everybody, you know, wondering if I'm going to have a job, or maybe some of you actually are in transition, we've really got to think, because those people who are going to interview are going to be asking you about your strengths. What are they? And so identify how they are illustrated and demonstrated. And then you might think that even in a business world, how would you see those? Because that gives you great answers for those interview questions, and you'll feel really prepared. Now, the other thing I like for you to do is, what are those areas of opportunity? Well, let me share one with you. Here's an area of opportunity. Whoa! Now, this one is the 25-pound weight. Ooh! And I'm not for sure I can do that one over my head quite as good as I can that 15. Oh boy, that really hurts. Look at that, man. But you know, if I practice this every day, I'll get better. And it's just like I want you to do with those areas of opportunity, those things that we call our little weaknesses, or things that we really need to develop. What are they? Because we all know that we've got them. And whatever they are, you need to recognize them, and then how are those illustrated and demonstrated? And by the way, if anybody asks you what are some of your weaknesses, you know, it's a terrible thing to answer those kind of questions, and we all try to turn them around in a positive fashion. My little tip is just sort of lean into that person and say, chocolate. And usually they'll say, oh my God. Sometimes they just move right along. Of course, they might come back to you and you need to have an answer, but sometimes an answer like that will really kind of set the stage for the fact that you've got some humor and you've really given some thoughts to things. So I hope that you will take my advice here in the old exercise room, you know, with the weights and the pull down, and here we are trying to get better, and we're lifting those weights up, and we're really pushing those hard so we can get those arms looking good and that waist looking good. You might want to tilt all that back up again. And I hope that you will work on your strengths. Now, that's my tip from the Magnolia today. And I'd sure like to remind you, oh, and by the way, I am going to Twitter this whole national book tour. So I hope that you will come and follow me along the way. We start with the Professional Women Network's National Book Tour next Saturday in Louisville, Kentucky. It is going to be fantastic. We are at the Gaunt House, which is a beautiful hotel and conference center right on the water in Louisville, downtown. Just lovely. Going to have from 9 to 5. It is going to be an event of the century, I tell you. And women and men are certainly invited to attend. You can check it out on www.pwnbooks.com, or you can always go to my website, www.nightofitmaneville.com, or just click onto the magnolia.tv and you can find out all the information. I do hope to see you either in Louisville, Atlanta, DC, LA, and finally right here in my hometown of Orlando, Florida on October the 3rd. So if you'd like to see the dates, if you would like to be part of this, it's going to be 6 international speakers talking about a variety of things that is not going to motivate, not only rather going to motivate you, but provide you with the stimulation to get out there and just create yourself in a better fashion. A wonderful sit-down lunch and then a private reception with the authors of the books. And of course, as you well know, we have 17 books. I'm going to share those with you next week. And, oh, in fact, no, I'll be traveling next week. In fact, I'll Twitter and let you know. But you can check out the books right there on the magnolia.tv, all 17 of them dedicated to the women and to youth. They are delightful books. The authors will be there to personally sign the books. Can't beat it. In fact, you can bring a friend for half price. So I do hope to see you there. I'm going to be tweeting about the entire event. In fact, I might actually do the show live from Louisville if I can make that happen next week. Ooh, that's a great idea. So, from me to you, from the Magnolia, we'll sign off today and think about those strengths. Well, I've got to run. Take care. Bye.